Yeah, and the only thing that I am worried about, and I think I sent the video to you earlier, Basil, about if Democrats don't do enough
Yeah.
with this control, they will lose midterms because Republicans will rally behind, okay, they didn't do this, they didn't do this, they didn't do this, give us power, and well, you know what I mean. And so like I think with midterms coming up in 2022, they have the potential to lose either the House or the Senate because we only own it by a slim majority.
Yeah. So it's the same thing in 2008. When Barack Obama was elected in 2008, he disbands the progressive coalition that got him elected. The people who busted their ass, who organized, who door knocked, who organized like a crazy people, and he disbanded them. He let Joe Lieberman dictate the terms of the conversation. He killed the public option. Didn't fight for it. And 2010 comes around, and people realize, he really didn't mean change, or he didn't mean change in the sense that I thought of change, and people didn't show up for him, and it killed enthusiasm, and you said change, you promised change. I thought you meant change. I thought you were going to bring change, and you're not. So why the hell am I going to do half the shit that I did last time? What's the friggin' point? And Democrats never catch on to that.
No. So do you think you can push Joe Biden left?
Yes. Joe Biden is just a typical politician. Politics is really carrots and sticks. If you reward him for going in a good direction, he'll be more inclined to go that direction. Just because he's a normal chicken shit coward politician.
Yeah. Catering to Wall Street.
Well,
so yeah. So do you think that having Senate Budget Committee Chair Bernie Mother Sanders in there, do you think that would
Sanders?
Yeah. Do you think that would more likelihood of pushing the administration left, especially with talking about pushing the checks out quicker because they're trying to push it back, like, oh, we didn't mean 2,000, we meant 1,400 on top of the 6 that you got, making it 2,000, and we'll give it to you. They promised it right away, but now they're saying either March or April when that's coming out. And Bernie Sanders is saying through budget reconciliation, budget with where you just need where Kamala would be that tie-breaking vote. If they can get 51 members to sign in through this, that he would be able to enact some of these policies that he wants about the with the $15 minimum wage and everything, his whole platform. Yeah. And what I don't like is, like, they said the administration was caught flat-footed and wasn't expecting to win the Senate, House, and presidency, or you know what I mean? They didn't think they were going to get the Senate, so they were like unprepared and weren't ready to push through bills. And then here's like Bernie Sanders, like, I got these stack of bills I've been working on my whole life. You know what I mean? Like, hey, what's up, man? Come mess with me, Brody.
So Biden's natural inclination is to agree with Republicans. Bipartisanship in Washington, D.C. has been fetishized for so long. When Democratic presidents are in, the expectation is, well, aren't you going to work with Republicans? Biden's press secretary, during her first press conference, was asked, by the way, what's Biden's press secretary's name? You don't know. You don't give a shit. Ain't that great? Was asked, why aren't you working on Republican priorities if you mean unity? And she said, well, isn't coronavirus, opening the economy back up, in a Republican priority? But Biden's whole career has been working with Republicans. He worked with Strom Thurmond. He made the Bush era tax cuts permanent. Michael Bennett wrote a whole friggin' book about that. And so he just really care about the relief package. He just wants to agree with Mitch McConnell. The ideal world he lives in is in a world where powerful Democrats and powerful Republicans just agree with one another and have a good time.
Yeah. Yeah. See, but I will say this, and I'm probably in the minority with this point of view, but Joe Biden has experienced some pretty rough trauma
Of course,
with death
of
of
course.
his son Bo, and he is to the point of his life where there may not be another run. You know what I mean? Like this may be just it. So he doesn't have a whole lot to lose. So and he's probably thinking about in terms of legacy 100 years from now. How do I want to be remembered? I have one shot at this. I have complete control of the House, Senate, and I'm the president. Like I think he would be open to bold bills and policy that could really transform some of this.
Yeah, he has been talking a lot about FDR lately, and so I like that talk. I do think we need like an FDR style New Deal right about now, but you hit the point right on the head, Colin. He wants to be remembered as a great president. As a politician, he wanted to be president. Now he wants to be remembered as a great president.
Yeah.
And
he's got Bernie Sanders, like, he appointed him as, Senate Budget Committee chair, where you gave Bernie a little bit of power and he's already like, he filibustered the whole Senate. You know what I mean?
I think Bernie won that thing through seniority, didn't he?
Is that how it is? I don't know. I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yeah, I think that was more seniority than anything, because I don't think Biden would want Bernie Sanders as a committee chair. But he's kind of doing the FDR talk, but also trying to mix in more. Come on, guys, we got to be smart about this Reaganist style rhetoric. So what do you guys think about his executive orders so far?
I think they're awesome. The halting the Keystone XL pipeline.
I'm so sick of
hopefully
seeing
that
people complain
sets
about
up-
that.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people on Facebook. This one girl I went to high school with, I support pipelines. You're going to support pipelines when your water catches fire? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What is these pipelines going to improve your life at all? Like, they just haven't made the personal connection.
Right, and it has nothing to do with the U.S. Even it's a Canadian multinational corporation shipping like unrefined oil to the Gulf of Mexico to ship it to China. So I don't see how they think that that's like helping U.S. energy independence at all. They just
Right. And
uneducated
that's resources, so it's finite.
Well, like 20 people will be employed. Don't you guys want those 20 jobs?
well, yeah.
All jobs matter.
I could give two shits less about those jobs. What about the truckers? That they'd be taking the jobs away from the truckers. What about the truckers? Their jobs matter. Because that's how isn't that how they currently like ship some of it?
So
Yeah,
from
trucking,
deliveries and trains.
railroads.
And train, yeah.
Yeah, what about those guys?
Yeah, what about them?
What about those guys? And
Yeah.
they don't work for a pipeline. She supports pipelines.
No.
I just saw today he's reversing the trans military ban. So I like that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I feel like anybody who wants to put their life on the line and fight for this country should be able to, regardless of what sex they identify or like how they identify their sexual orientation.
So Biden's doing some good things, and things that I agree with, and I have no problem saying, yeah, good job, I agree with that. But are we giving them too much credit? Like these seem like gimme things to do.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like the bar has been lowered so much. There was like, he reversed the Muslim ban. What a great president.
No, great.
Oh my gosh, that and people complain about that. They're like immigrants this, like our ancestors are immigrants. My ancestors are immigrants. They literally came over here.
It's like
Mine?
Mine, not yours.
Just
Mine.
kidding.
the people at work are more of a threat than
Yeah.
any fucking. Oh,
Yeah. I say this all the time. You cannot solve a problem trimming around the edges. And that's all these like platitudes and all this, you know what I mean? Like, yes, they're good policies, but they're little tiny policies in comparison to some of the major problems that we have in this country.
they're
like-
easy. They're easy.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, of course you should do that. That's a gimme. But you know,
fighting over little fringe efforts, you know what I mean? Like not to say that trans people is not a fringe effort, you know what I mean? But like say for example, even this coronavirus, it's affecting poverty, people that are in poverty more than anybody else, you know, and who is the demographic of people that is makes up most of the poverty rates in here. It's minorities, Black people, you know, Native Americans, Asians, Mexicans. So we minorities are getting disproportionately hit by this pandemic, because we have to depend on going out getting groceries every week, or making sure that we can work, so that way we can pay our bills. You know what I mean?
because our situations are more dire.
Yeah, like, you know, and so like these are major. Like, I would like to see policy or bills addressing issues like this. To me, this is a major issue. So how can we address that? Or even like say for example, police brutality. Like, American cops are people just not to fuck with. If you try to fight, like you see all over in other countries, people fighting with cops fist to fist. You know what I mean? Like, and these cops are fucking just squaring up. Like, you know what I mean? You try that shit in America, you know what I mean? Like, these motherfucking cops will kill you. You know what I
It'll
mean?
kill you even if you don't do anything wrong.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, so these are major systems and policies that I would like to see addressed and talked about and advocated for, and you know, like system changes, like large system changes to improve the people's everyday lives. Like, I just
And
don't
to
get it.
expand on that, Republicans can only stop the Democrats if the Democrats let them. They have all three. They have Congress, the Senate, and the presidency. Granted, the Senate is a bit more contested. They have a very slim majority, and there are some congressional Democrats who just flat out will agree with Republicans on spending bills. That's why you don't put Dick Durbin as your friggin' whip. I can't believe Dick Durbin's a whip. That's a discussion for another time.
Dick
but-
Durbin.
Dick Durbin, he's such a puss. But you get some Republicans who want to position themselves as that economic populist for 2024, like Josh Hawley. I hate Josh Hawley, but he's pledged to vote for like a $2,000 stimulus check to every American. I want a $2,000 stimulus check to every American, so I'll agree with Josh Hawley then, and I could still want him kicked out of the Senate for inciting a friggin' riot.
Who was it that was the one that apparently gonna reject every one of Biden's picks? Was that Josh Hawley or was that Ted Cruz?
That was probably Cruz. I think that was Cruz.
Probably.
But you'd get enough.
Of the nominations.
Dude, Pete Stauber. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
Stauber's
him too.
Stauber's in the House. He can't do
Yeah.
dilly jack shit. He's just blowing smoke up everyone's ass.
Yeah,
Um,
I think he's making a run for governor, dude.
The My Pillow guy is.
Oh my god, dude. No, not Mike Lindell. Not his fucking pillows, dude.
Let him run. Let him run. He'll get
Bed
killed.
Bath and Beyond canceled his ass.
He's the only person who was worse off after getting off crack. The only person I know who's worse off after.
Fired.
Yeah.
But Democrats could totally push through a $2,000 stimulus check to every American. But again, Biden wants to do some bipartisanship for healing. It's not that he doesn't want to do it. He just wants to heal the nation.
So I believe that if Biden enacted really bold policies right now, the first, you know what I mean, 100 days, or even just push through some of this first year, really bold policy about, let's say he just to start, $1,400 check right away, you know what I mean? And they do it through the budget
Reconciliation.
oh my God, why can't I
Reconciliation.
talk right now? Reconciliation. If they push through at the minimum the $1,400 and push for the $15 minimum wage and did, like, you know, enacted bold policy, and they push up his approval rating, get it up around 70%, you know, I think that our state would have a chance to run a Native American for CD8 in the House and take Pete Stauber out.
If you did real economic populism, if you did
Yep.
real Bernie shit,
Yeah.
people would love you. You'd
Yeah.
have a legacy that you could actually stand on. And I wouldn't be pissed about that. I just want results. I just want the substance. I don't give a damn about how it looks. I just want the policy. The
Yeah.
policy is what matters. I don't care who does it.
Yeah.
If Mitch McConnell passed Medicare for all, I'd be like, thank you, Mitch. I will now fuck off. Like, that's all you need. That's all you need me to do. Like,
Yeah, and like, so like they barely got the House or they barely got the Senate, right? And unless he pushes his approval rating up to around 70% with right away enacting these bold policies and giving relief to the families that need it, we're like, we could get creamed at the midterms in 2022 with candidates contesting members of the House.
historically,
And-
that's what usually happens.
Yeah.
Is the sitting president who's just won the presidency in the next midterms, their party usually gets killed.
Yeah.
But that doesn't have to happen if you actually cared to do the job correctly. If you actually cared to help people, you'd probably see a different result.